Hey, I screwed up, or I think I screwed up, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. Well, okay, that's clickbait because I know I screwed up, and I want to talk to you about why I screwed up with exercise as I was over 35. And maybe you're making the same mistake too, and share with you what does work so you can avoid the same mistake. So I'm broadcasting in a few different platforms. So I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Hillary Rank, and I'm a women's health and wellness coach, and I specialize in helping women over 40 lose fat, gain more energy, and love who they see in the mirror. And today I'm going to talk about why long and intense exercise sessions are actually working against you and causing you to hold on to fat. And that might be counterintuitive to what you believe or what you've been trying so far. But if you're like most women over 40, you have discovered very quickly that maybe those long, intense sessions, maybe hitting the pavement for a run several times a week, doesn't help you lose fat. It doesn't change your body. And in fact, you might not even have enough energy to do it. And that is preventing you from even moving forward in your health and wellness journey. So I just wanted to talk to you about 8 years ago. I was tired of the baby weight when I didn't have a baby anymore, and I wanted to change my body. But I was spinning my wheels, being a cardio bunny, going to Orange Theory classes, training for 10K races, spending a lot of time and a lot of time away from my kids. And if you're a woman over 40, you can understand that spending a lot of time at the gym really doesn't coincide when you've got small children. But I was not seeing any changes in my body. In fact, I was staying the same, and I was working my ass off and not seeing any results. So nothing is more demotivating than that, right? When you're doing something expecting to see an outcome, but you're not seeing any results. So I was doing it all wrong because, well, number one, I was doing all cardio. So I then got a clue that adding in strength training, I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes, was going to help me. But so many of us think more is more, right? More is better. Excuse me, more is better. But sometimes more is just more, and that is the case with exercise when you're when you're 35 and up. So now I was doing strength training like 5 or 6 times a week. I was training for fitness competitions, sometimes doing 2-a-day workouts, and that long intense exercise ended up screwing up my hormones completely and depleted my body. I was exhausted all the time. I was irritable. I had brain fog. I could barely sleep. The workouts that I used to like, I could barely get through. And just in general, I was feeling miserable. And, it worked till it didn't work anymore. And I was not seeing results. So I want to prevent you from making that same mistake. And I want to talk about the mental reasons why long and intense exercise actually is working against you, and some of the scientific reasons as well. So, what the biggest roadblocks I hear from women over 40 when it comes to looking, thinking, and feeling their fit and fabulous self is motivation, time, and being able to put themselves first before everyone else. So when you have this belief that you have to spend hours and hours in the gym to actually see results, and you have little time anyway, how motivating is that for you even to get started, right? So has any of you felt that same way? Like you just don't have time for a health and wellness program because you have no time anyway. And I know that a lot of women feel this way because you've told me so. So that's going to stop you before you even start. But you do know that you need to improve your health, that you want more energy, you want to feel more confident in clothes, feel like clothes fit you better. And you know that something has to change with nutrition and exercise. And most, like, the lowest hanging fruit for most women is exercise. So, but then we have the other women who are busting their ass in the gym. Maybe they have a membership to Orange Theory, to the gym. They're going to lots of boot camp classes, body pump classes. Maybe they're training for a half marathon or a race with the expectation that they're going to see these huge results and, have sexy, firm curves, and nothing's happening. Okay. So that's enough to make you quit. Maybe you have been on a kick and you're able to be consistent with the exercise, but maybe it's making you feel worse. Maybe you're so exhausted, but you keep pushing through anyway, and you're not seeing any results, and it's super frustrating. Okay. So those are two opposite sides of the coin, which are defeating you before, you can even see results. But the scientific reasons is long, intense exercise sessions. Well, exercise is a stress on your body, but it can, too much can be a negative stress on your body. And um, about age 35 and up, women are in a constant state of hormonal imbalance. So that is causing things to be out of whack, causing weight gain, rapid weight gain that we can't seem to lose, trouble sleeping, irritability, depression, anxiety, many of the symptoms that we just associate with aging, and we're not really connecting the dots that this is hormonal imbalance. So add on more stress, and you're already stressed. Maybe you've got kids, you're working full time, you're wearing so many hats, trying to keep a nice house, having a social life, taking kids to activities. And then we're adding all this intense exercise on top of it. And it's just the perfect storm. You're going to be in the same situation I was in, is causing this waterfall of hormonal imbalances. And this starts with doing exercise that raises our cortisol, our stress hormone. And then when that one hormone is off, all of them are off. Another reason why it just depends on what type of exercise you're doing, but long cardio sessions, sessions on the elliptical, if you're doing running, the thing is you're only training one movement pattern. So you're training locomotion. Sure, you're burning calories, but you're not training your body from different movement patterns and building muscle. So the different movement patterns are squat, lunge, hinge, push, pull, and doing a combination of these and locomotion. So to lose inches, to look better in clothes, to feel better, to actually support hormone balance, we need to have a program that is incorporating all these movement patterns with the right type and the right amount. Another problem with these long, intense exercise sessions is, okay, we're only doing one movement pattern and we're not building muscle. And many times you're losing muscle by these long cardio sessions and not having the proper nutrition. It's very difficult to get the proper nutrition because you're so damn hungry from running all the time. And that's going to cause, maybe, have you ever heard the term skinny fat? Or you're not firm, but you're really thin and not having the curves and not feeling like you're filling up clothes the way that you want to. Okay. And what am I missing? And then also it's really hard on our joints, and, being in this constant state of hormonal imbalance that already is causing inflammation in our body, and adding on long, intense cardio sessions on top of that is really hard on our bones and joints, particularly the knee. And we could become stiffer and less flexible. We lose cartilage. And, if we have some extra pounds that we're running with, it puts more pressure on your joints and can lead to injury, overuse injuries. And then we can't exercise at all. And then we feel defeated. And then the long and intense cardio sessions. So our bodies are super, super smart. They adapt to the stress we put upon it very, very quickly. And exercise, as I said, is stress. It can be good, or in the wrong amounts, not so good. So when you're working only one movement pattern, or even if you're doing like a boot camp class that's actually like a long, intense cardio session, and you're not spending the time slowly and methodically and doing that brain to body connection to build your muscle, you really just have your heart rate up for an hour. The problem is you have to do more and more and more to see results. And so who has time? Already you're doing, maybe starting off with 30 minutes. You have to boost it to 45 minutes, an hour, and super long runs. Who has time for that? Really, no one. Okay. So there's all sorts of reasons why. Oh, and then it increases your cravings and hunger. And especially when you're doing long running sessions, I totally remember this. Like I thought, oh, I ran all this way. So now I'm going to reward myself with this big meal full of carbs, because you are absolutely starving and you do have to replace those calories. But then you aren't in this state where you're regulating your blood sugar. You're not in a state of a slight calorie deficit, below the amount of calories your body is burning. And so maybe you're in a calorie surplus and you're not seeing any results. Okay, so those are several reasons why these long, intense cardio sessions are working against you. Okay, so what does work? Well, so many women start with fitness because it's, the lowest hanging fruit. It's the easiest to execute. And nutrition is a little bit more difficult because there's so much emotion tied into it. And that's a separate video completely about emotional eating. So we start with exercise, but what really is going to get the most bang for your buck is nutrition that supports hormone imbalance and specifically supports blood sugar balance. So lowers your insulin and keeps your blood sugar stable throughout the day. So you're not having spikes and peaks and valleys, and you keep constant energy. So then you can eat a little bit less calories than your body burns, and then you add in the right type of strategic exercise, which is going to be strength training. Do shorter bouts of strength training and focusing on a program that is adding in all those movement patterns, as I mentioned. So you're doing squat, hinge, lunge, push, pull, and the locomotion. You're spending enough time with the same exercises so you can build muscle, your body can get good at it, and then you switch things up after a period of time to keep your body guessing. Okay? And then what else? And so the whole point is when you're over 40, the approach, do more, eat less calories, and exercise more, just is too oversimplified, and it's not supporting hormones. So your program has to support hormone balance and work with your body, not against it. So when you have that Goldilocks of nutrition and exercise that is supporting hormone imbalance, or excuse me, hormone balance, you get reduced insulin for fewer cravings. When it's nutrient dense, you have less cravings because you're feeding your body. You also are increasing a boost of testosterone for confidence and increased sex drive and motivation and muscle building. And then a dose of dopamine to improve your mood, improve your motivation and appetite control, and then increase growth hormone. So for more growth and repair skin, bone, and muscle cells. Okay, so this might sound confusing. And, if you're overwhelmed, that's a good thing, because being overwhelmed means you're learning new things. But I want to make it as simple as possible for you. So that is why I am releasing next week a Black Friday special. I've never offered this before, of a bundle of my 14-day energy reset program, which is for nutrition. And it's that simplified nutrition that supports blood sugar balance. And then my metabolic rejuvenation exercise program, which is going to show you the right type and right amount of exercise and give you a very simple formula for you to create your own workouts at home with minimal equipment and always keep your body guessing. Okay, but you're like, this isn't going to help me. I've done, I have a gym membership. I don't go. I've gotten a meal plan. I stick with it for like a couple days, and then life happens, and then I just chuck it out the window. That is why I'm adding in a bonus of 14 days of daily coaching from me. So 14 days to a fitter you over 40, through a private community and text message coaching. So you're going to have me in your corner for 14 days. You're going to have the support of other women, and there's no hiding. There's going to be no excuses, just baby steps that you can sustain even through the holidays and begin to trust yourself again. And the best part is you don't have to wait to January 1st, where everyone starts their New Year's resolutions, and 70% of people fail with their New Year's resolutions. And you know what happens when we start something? We drink from the fire hose. We have to overhaul. We are overhauling everything, exercise and nutrition. Then you have to take massive action. But the problem is this massive action is not sustainable. And then we end up feeling worse than before. And this is proof to us that nothing works for us. So I want to prevent all that for you and help you get started before January 1st. So this is for you if you've been wanting to change your health over 40, if you know that you need to, this is the best thing for you. You want to feel your best, not only for yourself, but your family, but you felt too overwhelmed, too stressed, too much time. You've tried things, it doesn't work, and you don't know where to start. This is the perfect place to start. So watch out for this special coming next week. And if you're on my email list, you'll be getting notification of it. And in the meantime, let me know, have you fallen into this trap of believing more is better? And then, not seeing any results, getting frustrated, maybe even feeling worse and having no energy to even go to the gym. And then, kind of throwing up your hands and not knowing where to start. So let me know if you've fallen into this same trap that I did, and I will be talking to you soon.